Hi guys, I'm Dr. Katherine Horton. This is an addendum to the previous video, but it's also standalone evidence. Let me just check the audio.
Hi guys.
Okay, that works. That works. Okay, so great. Now, the reason why I'm coming back online is I'm sorry I forgot to mention something very important, and that's probably to do with the fact I had a glass of wine, and because I don't drink, woo, it's already showing its result. But I actually wanted to show evidence of serious YouTube retaliation. And this is very, very important evidence that I want to get across to you, because it actually proves I'm very grateful they did that, because it proves a connection. So I experienced extreme retaliation from YouTube after my last interview with Kevin Annett, where we talked about how to asset strip the Vatican, basically. Let's face it. It's about declaring that the Vatican is a transnational criminal organization, which means it doesn't have rights to its own property and its own sprawling wealth, and that we are all entitled to repatriations. This was the really big smoking gun stuff coming out from the last interview. And as retaliation, YouTube has demonetized all of my videos. Now, I would like to share my screen and show you the evidence. This is now what my YouTube channel looks like here. So you can see my icon up there, and you can see all my videos. And when you log in, this is what it looks like. But what you will notice is that everywhere it has the demonetization logo. So this is this yellow stuff, and every single video has been demonetized, right? Apart from few ones, right? This one mysteriously has been left monetized, which was, funny enough, the Swiss Intel's terror stalker caught on camera. Right? But all the others, there are some left monetized here, but the vast majority has been demonetized. And the funny thing is that you can see this brownish yellow logo here, and this goes back through all my videos. So I can go to the next page here, and you can find demonetized videos. And basically, I would have to click through all of these 300 videos. You can find these demonetized videos here. And it goes back here, right? So in a sense, I would have to go through manually through my videos, of which I have now, let me see, 419 videos, and manually click on request a review, right? Now, the reason why this is important, and as I said, this came about, and it's much easier to see on the first page. This came about literally after the interview with Kevin Annett. Okay, before, most of my videos were monetized. Now they have been demonetized. Okay, now this is hitting, even though the income I get from these videos is utter piffle, right? It's not going to pay rent, but nevertheless, it's a way to retaliate financially. And I also am going to argue in court that this is malicious retaliation. I mean, look, this video just came out, Prepare for the Assaults, Crime Fighting Workshop 12, and it's already demonetized here, right? It has already been demonetized. Now, this is shocking, okay? So the reason why this is a super important evidence is because, as I said, I brought up this tab before this video was even showing. So the last video that triggered this was Kevin Annett's talk on the common law courts. This was for the Special Investigators series, which was broadcast yesterday on March 7th. Okay. Now, this has triggered demonetization. So the question is, Kevin Annett talking about common law courts against the Vatican, why does that lead to YouTube demonetizing my videos? Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, is proving a very important point that I've been making from the beginning, and not even senior interpersonnel, Intel whistleblowers who worked for this, the corporation responsible see this link, but this is now the smoking gun evidence. The evidence goes like this. Kevin Annett is going up against the Vatican and is harming Vatican finances because he is advocating that the Vatican is a criminal organization, that it doesn't have rights to funds, that victims have rights to repatriation, and he's saying that people should stop donating in the churches on Sunday because 90% goes to the Vatican, not to the needy. So Kevin Annett is attacking the Vatican finances. In turn, YouTube attacks my finances and retaliation. What's the connection between YouTube and the Vatican? Well, it goes like this. YouTube has been bought by Google. Google, in turn, has been conceived, funded, and directed by the CIA. And there's a long article about this on the Millennium Report. If you are Googling the Millennium Report, okay, and then Google and CIA, you will end up with this article part 1 and this article part 2, right? Now, the title says it all. Google was conceived and funded and is directed by the CIA. In other words, YouTube is owned by Google. Google is owned by the CIA. Now, who owns the CIA? You guessed it, the Vatican, right? And I made this point that CIA stands for, right? I've made this point a very, very long time ago, and people thought I'm being bonkers, and I'm really just out there. I said that the CIA is owned by the Crown Corporation, the Crown Corporation, and CIA stands for the Crown in America, right? And the connection is that the head, the chief of MI6 in Britain, signs his name with a C. And people say, oh, yes, well, you know, the C, that stands for coming, you know, the very first chief of MI6. And I'm like, well, that's bollocks, because, you know, Cumming was a fucking poofter, right? You're not going to all think he was the best poofter in the world, and that's why we all have to use the same acronym. That's bollocks, okay? No, it was just coincidence that that guy, maybe it was even just his cover name, right? Cumming or Cummings, whatever his name was, right? Had his initial C, but the reason why he signed C is because whatever he said was an edict of the Crown Corporation. So MI6 is the Crown in Britain, which is why the chief of MI6 signs his name with a C, and the CIA is the Crown in America. And that's why they say CIA Langley. Why do you have to keep adding Langley if there was only one CIA? And that's because that's the Crown in Langley, the Crown in America in Langley. So the Crown's headquarters is somewhere else, and the headquarters is in the Vatican. Okay, so this is the connection. Kevin Annett, I'm interviewing Kevin Annett. Kevin is attacking the Vatican finances. So the Vatican instructs the CIA, which owns Google, which owns YouTube, to attack my finances because I gave Kevin Annett a platform. But by doing that, literally, the smoking gun evidence is this, right? This is the chain. And the smoking gun evidence is that now most of my videos, the ones which apparently are really popular, have all been demonetized. These little brown fields, right, show that they have been demonetized. Now, what it also shows is they showed their hand by leaving this monetized. And this is the one when I'm talking about the Swiss terror stalker. What it shows me is that they put the damper, the YouTube server-side damper already on this video. They know this video is not going to grow because they have already shadow banned it. So they don't need to demonetize it because it's already shadow banned, right? But the other ones with many more views, for example, Kevin Annett's previous interview, right, or the crime fighting workshops that have more views because they haven't been shadow banned, well, those have been demonetized, okay? Now, what this means is that all those people who noticed demonetization of videos otherwise, and I'm among them, typically what they did is they demonetize the video early when it's accruing most of the views, and then they remonetize it. That's what they typically do. But in this case, as retaliation for attacking Vatican finances, they demonetized all of my videos. most of my videos on my channel, 419 of them. So I would have to go back and click, you know, that's their punishment. It's like, you are attacking our finances. We're going to attack your finances. But, you know, I don't really give a damn, because YouTube is so financially fraudulent. They don't really pay me the advertising money I'm due anyway. So I'm not making any income from YouTube. That's worth mentioning. So in other words, fuck you, Vatican, you know, fuck you. Actually, showing your hand is worth much more in the long term, right? I mean, that's it. Again, the Vatican needed to get its cock out, and that's how we're going to get them, right? By this compulsion to get their knob out all the time and retaliate. Anyway, I just wanted to say this. So this is very valuable evidence. You have now seen evidence on my channel of this demonetization. And I encourage everybody who had their channel demonetized or individual videos demonetized, take screenshots, record the evidence, because that is going to be actual real evidence in a court case coming up against YouTube, against Google, against the CIA, and against the Vatican. There we go. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much for listening. And now you are free to enjoy your Friday night. Bye for now.